Hey folks, Bobo the Vulture. And as a review for people streaming, or as an introduction for people that are watching this video, this is Let's Play Crystalis. We are a post-apocalyptic warrior who just got out of cryo sleep or something like that, and nobody really gave us any specific mission or anything, so we're just kind of wandering around this world where all of the creatures are mutated. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Grimmeth has a ton of videos out right now. It's sad because I love Grimmeth. Grimmeth's a good dude and all, but the only thing of his that I'm really watching very carefully at the moment, I mean, he's got a lot going on. NFL Street. That's a good time though. Let's go to the inn. How do I feel today? I feel pretty good. People there don't understand our language. Now, somebody was telling me if you go east, you'll find the forest. Plants shoot poison. Heard there's a village where only women live. I wonder. Yeah, no, like there was a nuclear war, and there's one west and one north. Both roads are very dangerous. I saw the one to the west, not the one to the north. Oh, the one to the north, I bet, is that one that it says, "No, Bobo, you can't make it this way yet." Maybe I better clear out whatever's down here first, then. That one's probably the more difficult route. Or I could just spend a while, yeah, no, I mean, that's one of those, you know, nuclear war things. Like, if you go to the, Forbidden Zone or the Exclusion Zone or whatever around Pripyat where Chernobyl was, there's trees and stuff growing there. They're just really, yeah. There you go, Miss B's on my side. But yeah, it's, you know, apparently, I mean, maybe there'll be freakish mutant, maybe this is freakish mutant grass. Maybe this grass is, like, really, really irradiated, and, oh, ahoy, Finistris. Finsternus. There you go. Yeah, okay, don't eat... Darn, there go my dreams of eating... there go my dreams of eating irradiated, mushrooms at Chernobyl. You know, as interested as I am, and sort of like I have kind of a, you know, maybe morbid fascination with sort of the whole idea of what's going on. Which I'm fighting mushrooms right now, it's true. I'm not eating them though. I would not eat these guys. And you do notice. Yeah, this game knows what's going on. Actually, I'm surprised I'm not fighting more cockroaches then, right? They're the ones that are supposed to survive. Well, geez, I only just leveled up, and I'm already at 500 experience. I'm almost halfway to another level. Maybe I should just level up fighting these mushrooms for a little bit. Would that bother anyone too much if I just sort of started fighting mushrooms? And then being... yes. So, yes, it's... Apparently everybody is noticing that these mushrooms make a weird pumping motion as they wander around. And that's just how they move. That's... They're not trying to suggest anything as mushrooms. They're not trying to be sexy mushrooms. They just can't help it. Can't help it. Shroom can't help it. I much prefer fighting these guys to the hatchet-wielding monsters. Sexy, sexy mushrooms. So sexy. Yeah. They can't help it. These poor mushrooms. They can't help it, and apparently I'm just out here just, like, slaughtering them because I think I'll learn something. It's like a snake that can only move by slithering. That's right, the snake isn't trying to be sexy as it moves around, being all slinky the way it is. It's just trying to get around. Looking for a rodent to eat or something. Oh, this is actually going really fast. I was not anticipating Man, the fire sword, it's doing so much good for me. Alright, any more guys? I'm starting to get the pattern of where they spawn, but, oh, there's a couple big bad blobs over there. I can't collect their coins, but I can certainly kill them for their money. I mean, not for their money. I can kill them for their experience. Kill them just for the thrill. I'm some kind of thrill killer. Yeah, twofer. Oh, what? Now we're gonna have an objection to the usefulness of a shield against mutants? Well, I mean, if they were mutants that were... Whoa, hey, hi, guys. And if they were mutants that were throwing projectiles or whatever, that would be handy, right? That's right, those guys are totally Hulk Hogan woodsmen. I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees it. Oh, and now they're gonna be gone as soon as I'm excited to see one so that I can, like, attack it while talking like Hulk Hogan. Didn't see it at first. Now I can only see them. Such excellent. I've affected your memory and your mind. They're all Hulk Hogans. All right, let's go find some Hulk Hogan woodsmen. Let me tell you something there, Bob. Oh, I'm dead. What you gonna do when I start throwing hatchets at you? You gonna just kill me with your fire sword? I guess that's cool, dude. That's what I do to myself, brother. Thanks for the death, big man. It's a noble end for the noble Hulk Hogan woodsman. We could theoretically be playing as the Macho Man or the Ultimate Warrior. You know how they always used to run around with swords and shields and shoot fire at people. I say because it makes total sense for Hulk Hogan to be wandering around throwing hatchets. That's something he's famous for doing. That's true, Miss B. To the people that are living in this world now, I am basically an ultimate warrior of some sort. I'm like a warrior of old. The kind that gets Cao Cao so excited. Or Chow Chow, or Cow Cow, depending on what, version of, you know, a translation you're listening to. Yeah, we'll be able to level up before too long. That should be fine. If everyone turns into the Hulkster after an apocalypse, maybe it won't be so bad. Well, I suppose I would say it'll be kind of bad because everybody will turn into somebody who is revealed secretly to be a horrible racist. But I guess if everyone turns into Hulk Hogan, he's not going to be racist against himself. So I guess then, yeah, things will turn out okay. Oh, Hulk Hogan. I'm not exactly sure what was going on with that whole situation, but apparently you said some things you can't take back, dude. Sorry, brother. Because I found it easier to pronounce how the names are and how they write them, like Cao Cao. That's pretty good. Yeah, JG's got all the books too. I'm not sure what his who his translation was from or by, but I'll at least check with him about it. Because I guess that's where he found the passage of just a guy who's not really central to books or anything, but was telling me that there was a guy who said, I am He-Man, the devil who defies heaven. That seems like something that, in the grim dark future of the year 40,000, there's only endless Hogan. I am a real man. Oh, you weren't expecting me, were you, dude? That's right. We're getting closer to you all the time, brother. Oh, he's American Dynasty Warriors? That's cool. Dong Tuna. That's a good one. I don't remember seeing Dong Tuna, but I was always amused enough when I hadn't heard anything about any of it, but JG was telling me about this horrible guy and about how there were all these atrocities of Dong Zhuo, and he kept saying it slightly like it sounded like it was Dong Show. I was like, this is the atrocities of the Dong Show. It's like, yeah, if you just like force people to look at your dong, that is pretty atrocious. You should be more polite than that. The idea of a bunch of Warhammer 40k Space Marines talking about Hulk Hogan. Would they be talking about Hulk Hogan, or would they all be talking like Hulk Hogan? Or would they be talking like Hulk Hogan about Hulk Hogan? You know, in this apocalypse, dude, there's one thing that I count on, brother. That's that everybody else looks like me, big man. We all look like Hulk Hogan, and that's okay with me, because I'm Hulk Hogan, dude. I don't know. It's real difficult to figure out, because, like, I mean, it's already weird and sort of, like... It's already sort of weird and evident enough. Sorry, somebody's asking in the chat about whether they will stop doing the Benoit treatment on Hulk Hogan, in which they basically just try and, you know... They don't really talk about him. They try not to show stuff that he did and video footage and stuff like that. I don't know whether, like, you can still easily find Hogan or Benoit matches on the WWE Network. I haven't really been, like, checking for that. But, yeah, I mean... Excellent! My level increased. Now it's only 1600. We actually only have to spend a little, like, the same amount of time longer here, so I'm just going to keep wandering around. Now that we've got a nice conversation going in the chat about Hulk Hogan, I can sort of mindlessly grind while, thinking about... I can mindlessly grind while thinking about Hulk Hogan. There's no way that you could misinterpret that phrase. Yeah, but, like, yeah, he's such an important part of, like... basically most pay-per-views of the 80s and 90s. WWE needs Hogan more than Hogan needs WWE, brother. I suppose that's true. Hogan could go to TNA and just, like, hang out. He's out of the Hall of Fame, but he still has the ring. Actually said how much he treasures it on Ric Flair's podcast. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know Flair had a podcast. All the podcasts I end up listening to are comedians' podcasts. Big fan of The Dork Forest with Jackie Cation. That's a fun one. Comedy Bang Bang. I like that one. No, I'm not saying that it's not an amazing podcast. It's just, you know, there's so many podcasts out there. If you're not specifically looking for one, you might not ever know it existed. The guests he had, man, not just Hogan, but Cornette, Vince Russo. Oh, he had? It's not an ongoing podcast? The Ric Flair podcast? I'm learning stuff, folks. This is a really exciting part about this live stream. Oh, it's still going on. Okay, well, that's good. So, anybody who is interested in every episode has been legendary by itself. Well, that's fair. Jim Cornette is one of those guys that just, you could spend an entire day just sitting on YouTube listening to him do various shoot interviews, having a story about, like, every human being that's, like, set foot in a wrestling arena. He could tell you about, if you've been to a wrestling show, he has an anecdote about you. It's like, I remember one time I was at a show in Waynesboro, Virginia. There's just some guy sitting out in the audience, and we had a guy going around taking pictures of people and dancing and posing. He's like a little clown. Just something really entertainment for the kids. This guy just, he couldn't get a good photo of him. And he just kept on asking the guy to just sort of sit there and wait. I mean, what kind of weirdo guy was this? I mean, I don't even know, man. So yeah, that's Vince Russo talking about me and JG at the time we were at a Waynesboro, Virginia wrestling show, where there was a clown that was supposed to be entertaining the audience before the show started. I found the clown entertaining the audience to be kind of a weird choice myself, but that was what happened. Ah, okay. And yes, I was using a digital camera, but it was a very early digital camera. It was kind of old. It was kind of cruddy. He was not a ninja clown. He was just, I mean, he wasn't even like, I was expecting to see him like wrestle later and it'd be sort of like this angle, but like, haha. That's right. They did have Doink the Clown. Doink the Clown did a lot of work in a lot of feds. But, of course, the other fun thing about Doink the Clown is that he worked as a good guy and as a bad guy. Basically, didn't have to change his costume, really. Just, you know, had to have evil clown music instead of happy clown music. And, you know, maybe change up his talk a little bit. Oh, what, you gotta walk back farther north and kill me, dude? What's that about, brother? That was a very nice big man. I'll admit, Hulk Hogan, that was not very nice of me to do. Doink the Clown was so I'm saying Doink the Clown was basically the Big Show. Well, the Big Show doesn't even change his music when he's a good guy or a bad guy. Like, it used to be that his music would slow down a little, like he'd have a slower version of the "Well, it's the Big Show," like, and he'd have a slightly more upbeat version when he was a good guy and a slightly, like, slower version when he was a bad guy. I don't even think they bother to do that anymore. But yeah, I mean, I suppose that sounds like a mashup we really need to see. I want to see Big Show out there in clown makeup trying to entertain all the fans. Hey, dude. You like my little black vest, brother? I guess not, because you killed me, big man. Alright, already halfway to another level. See him doing it together with Jericho as a tag team. It's the big-ass clowns. Chris Jericho still call people ass clowns? Is that a thing Chris Jericho still does? I want to see, that's a good idea, like, the Big Show. Big Show and Chris Jericho could team as the big-ass clowns. And I would also like to see Chris Jericho and Rhino tag team as the Sexy Man Beasts. Of course, Rhino is not with WWE anymore, so, yeah. He'd have to get hired back, is what I'm saying. So, this particular video, for people that are watching later, might not be as exciting, because I'm just wandering around killing dudes. But we're having a fun old time. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully everybody in the stream is getting something out of this. Chris Jericho, Big Show would be unstoppable according to Extreme Warfare Revenge. No, Chris Jericho and his clone Chris Jericho would be unstoppable according to Extreme Warfare Revenge. If you like wrestling, you'll love this video and should check out the EWR LP. Oh, wow, I don't even have to do the, I don't even have to do the plugs here. They're getting done in the chat. EWR is a great game in general. I mean, it's kind of a weird game because it's just filling out forms. I got way ahead in videos, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, maybe the next 9 videos or so will be done without booking input. But I am now to the point, like, I have... You can download EWR, for sure. If you just look for Extreme Warfare Revenge, like, it's still got a... It's got a mod community behind it, too. I just haven't really... I didn't try and mess with that too much. I think there's, like, EW Revenge. I think you can still download EWR because it was released for free. There are more recent versions that cost money. Like, Adam Ryland eventually, like, saw how popular Extreme Warfare Revenge was and tried to make a version that he could sell commercially. I shouldn't say tried to. He did make a version he could sell commercially. And I haven't actually tried it. I probably should, considering how much I like EWR. Oh, Ute Tower is now monetized. Well, that's lame. Yeah, EWR is still I think like ExtremeWarfareRevenge.net or something like that. I mean, if you Google around, you can find it for sure. Because I didn't have it on this, well, not this computer. I'm not using the same computer, actually, I do for that. Since that game is so basic and so simple, I just use my little, like, netbook-sized computer for it. It's something I can do when I don't feel like, you know, setting everything else up on my desktop. Yeah, no, I might try and pick up one of the more recent Adam Ryland wrestling games on Steam sometime in the future. If by the time I'm done with Extreme Warfare Revenge, I'm not completely done on the concept for the immediate future. I know that you can get them. I imagine things like menus are probably improved. It's probably a little more intuitive. It probably won't let you, you know, completely mess yourself up with... probably won't let you completely mess yourself up by like, oh, by the way, if you do this, you're going to lose $1 million next month. It'll probably, you know, like warn you that that might happen. But, they don't use actual wrestlers, I know. That's a thing, just for licensing concerns. Because WWE trademarks the names of all of its wrestlers. Unless that wrestler goes out of his way to get a very specific contract. Ah, no Hogan in 2K16. You're gonna have to use the Create a Wrestler mode, dude. As well as no Charlotte or any of the relevant women other than Paige. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when WWE 2K16, like, sort of when it got programmed and when the, you know, when the rosters would have been set up, but like sort of this big boom of female wrestlers being you know, getting shots on Raw and stuff like that. That's only been in the past like couple months, hasn't it? So it may be that 2K16 was like sort of already far enough down the development pike that they couldn't, oh, license issues with women. Women, right? Always with the license issues. Divas, oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. And if you're looking at Extreme Warfare Revenge, like, right now, I can find maybe, like, 2 female wrestlers that are, that have, like, any skills that would lead you to believe that you're supposed to use them as wrestlers as opposed to, like, valets or something. Let's, use, some, refresh here. And then... yeah, Sherry Bob. Apparently there's an MMA version of the EWR. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I guess Adam Ryland is, I mean, is he like kind of an M. Dickey figure? He's like this auteur that got this really, really great engine for a specific type of game, and then it got moved around and sort of shuffled into different ways and different versions. I'm not saying M. Dickey games, like Adam Ryland games, are like M. Dickey games. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, they're like, you know, these one-man indie developer shows that came out with some really unique products. It is very interesting to hear all this stuff about WWE. This is not what you're expecting when you tuned into the live stream, Katsuhiro Samadesu. Man, I'm already almost up to level 8. Well, since I never got into WWE or anything before I watched Eiji and Bobo's videos. Yeah, man, it's a glimpse into The wrestling life. And I totally understand. If you're not a wrestling fan, you don't enjoy the concepts behind it, I can get why you wouldn't want to watch Extreme Warfare. Let's get away from it. WWE. Let's talk Sanjay Dutt, the original player from the Himalayas. He's not even from the Himalayas. He's from, like, Woodbridge or something. Yeah, no, he's a talent. Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt is a talent. Although that's the thing about all those high flyers guys is that you do worry if they don't get, you know, if they don't make their hay real quick. Oh, okay, everybody is watching AWR. So let's stream the one series that I'm doing right now while talking about the other series I'm doing right now. That's what's happening right now. And I'm gonna say right now one more time. Yeah, I could see that. That's an issue with a lot of the sort of like lighter weight guys. They're like great high flyers and they have some really amazing moves and stuff like that, but they don't have the right look. And you worry about their shelf life because those guys are taking a lot of really hard landings. And so you worry that they're going to hurt themselves. And I think obviously there are guys that know how to do it and there are guys that can do it well enough, and if they pace themselves, I remember hearing Rob Van Dam talking about this. Like, basically, he doesn't want to wrestle every night. He doesn't want to wrestle a bunch of times a week, so he's got to deal with, I don't know if I've seen the Sanjay Dutt Black Machismo match. I've certainly seen both of those two wrestle. But there are certainly guys that are like high flyers and like agile dudes that, you know, like Rob Van Dam, he doesn't want to do it every night. And he's now at a point in his career, I guess, where he can just say like, yeah, no, I'll come in, I'll maybe do a month program for a while, and then I'll go ahead and rest and do other things, and then I can come back another time. That's pretty good. Feud about the love of the diva. She's tall, don't want to kiss him. Oh, yeah. Oh, so that was the problem with all the times I was making Miss Tennille flirt with Sanjay Dutt. Finsterness. For the longest time, I forgot WWE was a thing. I remember it being in TV late at night when I was 12 or so. Not a thing in Germany. Maybe not as big a thing. And it was definitely a lot more popular like in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then it sort of has had a dip in popularity since then. It's coming back a little bit, maybe. But, Ric Flair's face stared at you from a poster. Oh, man. I want to see a Ric Flair poster with a bunch of, like, German writing on it. That'd be fun. It's been a while since Finsterness was 12 or 13. Or 12. And then that's a smiley face with the, like... What do you call that bisected lip that cats have? Do you call it a bisected lip? Hair lip? Well, I had been thinking I was going to keep going until I leveled up, but this leveling up is taking longer than I expected. Ho-hoy! Ah! And there's a mushroom with a face. So yeah, folks, and actually, this is, folks watching the stream, folks at home, this is something I had been thinking about, just broadly speaking, what I would use a stream for if I ended up getting one, is, there are games like this that are even worse. That are, I mean, not worse in terms of game quality, but worse in terms of you basically just need to sit and grind for levels forever. Like, I was thinking it might be fun to do an LP of the original Final Fantasy. I know there are certainly some out there. I think Ald was on the stream earlier. I think he'd been doing one. Maybe, I forget. But that is a game that has, like, you know, periods of exploring new places and having plot events happen, interspersed with long, long periods of you just running around, fighting ogres or imps or whatever the enemy de rigueur is around there. I just heard a lot of good things about Hitbox, and of course, I can always switch back and forth at any time. I could decide I'm going to do this. I was thinking, because I got my high-speed internet around the same time as YouTube gaming started coming out, and they were trying to get everybody to start streaming on that. I was thinking about doing that, but they have a big disclaimer about, like, everything that you do, you must have cleared the rights with everything. You know, you must have cleared the rights with the, you know, owners of everything, and you have the right to stream all of this stuff. And Hitbox basically just said, like, you know, come by, have fun. They basically just said, like, all right, here's how to set up your program, and then they really didn't ask any other questions. I'm like, okay. German people can't watch YouTube streams. Interesting. Well, there we go. I've made the right decision then. It's affecting content creators that monetize massively. Well, the rights for music and other, I mean, yeah, the rights for all of that stuff. I have, you know, I did a series forever ago on Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I love that game. Love doing that series. Half the videos are not available in Germany because Sony put a block on the rights to hearing any of the music from that game in Germany. Yeah. And I know Mysterious JG had a big problem with his... Oh, okay. I know Mysterious JG had a big problem with his Fallout New Vegas LP that way. Like, a bunch of the different channels would... a bunch of the different radio stations would have music that was prohibited. That was verboten. Agency's been called outdated, behind the times by both Sony and Universal. Well... Gangnam Style was blocked on Cyzone channel. Oh, I thought I hit B to cancel, but oh well. You know, I was thinking it seemed a little silly since I had full life, but I wanted to refill my health. And I think I'm actually gonna, since we just leveled up, I'm gonna stop for a second. This is the video. I'll keep streaming. And when we come back next time, we'll actually try and make some progress along Mount Saber, maybe. So... This is Bobo the Vulture, and this is Let's Play Crystalis. Thank everyone for watching, and thank you for continuing to watch, Stream fans. Bye!